I'm Rhett, and this is my wife, Ashley.
We have been members at Snyder since November of 2022 and first came in November of 2021. We are expecting our first child, a little girl, due in early May. One of our spiritually defining moments in our time here at Snyder, when we first started coming here, we were trying to grow our family and have a baby. And we found ourselves in the midst of infertility. And that was a very uncertain time for us, and one where we found ourselves fully reliant on God and His promises to us and His plan, probably more than any other time in our life. And Snyder was a place to come where I felt God's presence every time I was in this place. I would come in some Sundays and sit in the pew and just be so sad or brokenhearted and not knowing what the future holds. But then I would hear a sermon that reminds me of the hope that we have in Jesus, or I would get to sing a song that speaks of the goodness of God and just feel His presence and know that no matter the outcome, if we had a baby, if we did not, it was going to be okay and it's a part of His plan. And I just felt that assurance. And so encouraging now, I get to sit in that same pew and sing those same songs about the goodness of God and feel a baby kick. And you're just reminded of His promises to us. We would walk out of here on Sunday mornings and look at each other and say, I'm so grateful that God brought us here during this time in our life and when we're facing this, because we just feel so encouraged.
We choose to give at Snyder because as believers in Christ, that's what we're called to do. Particularly here at Snyder, when we made the decision to join as members, we knew that we had a responsibility to give. And we knew that Snyder was the place that we could give of our resources and know that they would be carried out and utilized in a way that would be glorifying to God.
When we look at the word generous, we know that that means more. You're giving more or doing more if you are generous. And so for us, that looks like taking a step back, evaluating what we're doing currently, and thinking about what can we do? Is it giving more time? Is it giving more of our energy and finances? Is there something that we feel is a want for us with our selfish hearts that maybe we can take a step back and say, we don't need that. Let's give of our money in a different way to support a cause that's important to us, to support our church and to furthering God's kingdom.
God says in His Word in 2 Corinthians that he who sows sparingly will also reap sparingly, and he who sows generously will also reap generously. And so we're just looking at that as kind of a forefront to the things that we do going forward during this initiative.
And we've seen that to be true in our own lives when we've done that. We see the power of God in being generous givers.